I'm saying that, or in my view, it is very difficult to set church regulating commission because of the 2010 constitution that is too liberal. It introduced the Bill of Rights in Kenya. It strengthened the freedoms of associations, the freedoms of the Bill of Rights, which contains all sorts of freedom, including freedom of association, religious freedom, and all that. So setting a regulating body to regulate religion in Kenya or church in Kenya is a bit difficult, because somebody will go to court and oppose those proposals, and the court may throw it away because of the constitutional factor. The second point is the vibrancy of Pentecostalism, who felt like they were being targeted by the 18-man commission that went throughout the country trying to correct views on how to regulate the church. Yes, the purpose of that commission, Mutava Musyimi Commission, with the 18 members, was meant to help Kenyans, to help them or stop the wayward members of society who are chaotic, and indeed dangerous to society. Now, because most of these chaotic groups, like in the case of Shakahola massacre of April 2023, they come in the name of Pentecostalism. They appear as Pentecostals first. Later on, they start their weird behaviors that hurt society. So on 18th of September 2024, the bishops, the Pentecostal bishops under the former member of parliament, now a bishop, Honorable Bishop Stephen Bishop, they met and dismissed the Mutava Musyimi proposal of a religious commission in Kenya. And they said it can't work over our dead bodies. We can't allow it to work. The president has no mandate in the constitution of Kenya to form such a regulating body for churches in Kenya. Again, this task was meant to destroy us, we the Pentecostals. That's what they said. It is here to finish us. The one is finish us. And you know why it becomes very difficult to ignore the Pentecostal leaders' concern. It is because if you look at the present government, the so-called Kenya Kwanza government, it is swept into power by utilizing some of them. They went to campaign in their churches. These church leaders were praying for them openly, in fact telling people we need a God-fearing leaderships under the incoming government of President Ruto, the then Deputy President Ruto. And when they got into power, they are shy to control or to regulate religion because it amounts to attacking the people who put them into power. You know, you can't cut the hand that fed you or gives you food. You can't cut it. You cannot remove the bridge that made you cross the river. You can't cross the river and then say, okay, you Pentecostals, I'll get rid of you. That is the impression that is created by the Pentecostals. That the man who brought into power, through our massive influence, through our charisma, our oratory, our creativity, because they are the most creative religious body in Kenya, the Pentecostals. Now, another danger, another complication that comes in or stops the establishment of Religious Commission of Kenya. Just as we have Police Oversight Commission or Teacher Service Commission, a commission that takes care of the welfare of churches in Kenya, irrespective of Pentecostalism, mainland churches, the Catholics, and so on, is because you look at it this way. 80% of these bodies are not registered, these Pentecostal churches. They say we are registered by the Holy Spirit, or we are registered by the Holy Spirit. So if that is their position, they are not yet registered. Some hide under others. Now, when the commission or the task force proposed that all of them be registered afresh, they found that would be very complicating for them. It amounts to closing shops. And you see, they are very good in mobilizing, politically speaking. They are very good at mobilizing. So they view themselves as the targeted people, and they threatened to go and mobilize again and get another government. So because of the political expediency, the short-term gains of politicians, the politicians will not listen to Mutava Musyimi task force on religion in Kenya, to regulate religion in Kenya, even if more religious massacres, even if a million people die out of religious shenanigans or religious extremism, it will not stop. They are not likely to regulate or set up a regulating body. In fact, after the 18th September Pentecostal reaction to Mutava Musyimi religious task force, the president, after 3 weeks, came to the public limelight and publicly announced, no, changed tune and said, we are not going to regulate any church. We will let you regulate yourselves. In other words, we are back to square one. I don't foresee a Rwanda situation. I don't foresee a Rwanda situation in Kenya replicating itself in Kenya. I see the situation remaining as it is, with inability to regulate it. I don't see it happening because of politics. As long as the current leadership is in power, which came as byproduct of prayer from Pentecostals mainly, who came to power under that wave that made them look the ideal people who should take over. So that is the case. Lastly, we said that in 1963, when Kenya got independence from Britain, Kenya had a population of about 7 million people. Today we are 54 million. Besides that, there were very few, less than 1% of Kenyans were Pentecostals. Today, almost 40% are Pentecostals. On the other hand, the influence of Pentecostalism and charismatism is very strong in Kenya. Even within the Roman Catholic Church, there is a Roman charismatism, which is nothing but Pentecostal hiding in the Roman Catholic Church. Charismatism and Pentecostalism is still very strong among other mainland churches, such as the Presbyterian, the Anglican, the Methodist. So that now being the case, it complicates the matter, because you are dealing with the most influential team. They influence you from your own house. They influence you from your own religious institution. You don't move away from your Anglican, but you are Pentecostalized. So you have, if it is Anglican, we now have Anglicostals, Presbytericostals. Because of Pentecostalization and charismatization of religion in Kenya, the people have power. Whether you don't defect to their church, they come and influence you in your own religious outfit. You find yourself playing the games. You pray in the Pentecostal church, dancing the way they dance. So people are copying or replicating Pentecostalism even in the mainland churches. So I don't know who is a government official who has nothing Pentecostal. I don't know which politician, particularly the Christian wing. And you know, over 80% of Kenyans claim to be Christians. In a sense, every one of us has Pentecostalization. So you may not want to fight the people who are that powerful, that influential. People who are now talking, they were not fighting for second liberation. They were not fighting for democracy in Kenya. But after democracy came, this 21st century, they now came as very influential people who cannot be prayed with by politician or anybody who knows Kenya. It's a huge task. That's my view. Thank you very much.